Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios, here to give you the sports news I think you need to hear and should hear. It's going to be fun. And to enjoy all the fun sports talk with me, as always, through the virtual landscape, is my co-host, Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the people.
What up, y'all? What's going on?
Yeah, we got a lot of sports to talk about this week. First up on our docket, we got MLS recap. We're going to be going over week 1 and week 2, some of the results from this past weekend, and whatever else comes out from there. And of course, we got the NBA playoff push alert that we're going to be going over. So we're going to be seeing which teams need to start, getting their mojo in place to make it to the end, into the summer. And then in the warm-up, we got a lot of stuff happening in March. NWSL, March Madness, MLB opening day. It's all happening this month, so stick around. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And of course, in the rundown, whatever else we can get to, any other headlines, results, we'll get to you in that section of the show. So stick around for that. But Danny, before we get there, how you been?
Been chilling. Just work. What's happened? Watched the Oscars. That was fun. Not much else. Yeah, dude, Honora. Big winner. Spoiler alert if you didn't watch. But Honora, very funny movie. A bit explicit. And very sexual. Obviously, read the synopsis, but very funny movie. If you haven't already, I would watch it. Great movie. What about you, Rob? What's been going on with you?
Oscars related, I've only seen that clip of Adam Sandler and
Timmy.
Guy. Yeah, that's it.
Timmy boy. That's so funny.
That shit was funny.
It's such a small part of the show. You haven't seen anything else? Conan O'Brien did a great job.
I saw Conan O'Brien's "If You Want to Get Mad at Me, My Name is Jimmy Kimmel."
Yeah. Classic.
That was hilarious.
Classic.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it was a good show. Had fun at our friend's Oscar watch party. That was fun.
Oh, you had a whole ass Oscar watch party?
Well, I didn't have it.
I wasn't invited?
Okay.
Dang,
I wasn't one to give all the invites, but it was fun.
Okay, just answer me this question. Was this party at the same location as the Super Bowl party?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes. Thus, I did not have the standing to invite you, Rob.
All right, I got you. Just making sure.
All right. If any of y'all feel the FOMO with Rob, go ahead, drop it in the comments right now.
Hey man, I gotta know what happened. Did you get lost in the mail? Did you forget to press send?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Bruh, it's all good. Your water break episode from last week was good.
Oh, thank you. Oh, right.
Your
We got to talk about water breaks. Yeah. Thank you. A little quick range session. This one was a little quicker than last time, but let us know if you guys like a little bit of a format change. It was brighter this time. The sun was out. A little bit more focus on the news than the golf. But yeah, let us know what you guys think, and let us know if there's any news topics and stuff that you guys want to see in the next water break.
No, yeah, dude. Like all of March is like just my whole plan is like filled up. Oh no, yeah, it's already insane. Like all of March is just packed. It's slammed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because since it's gonna be springtime.
Yeah.
So that's when a lot of sports. Obviously, like baseball, for example.
Baseball,
that's when they
coming
start.
up. Yeah.
March Madness is ending. They end in the spring or the beginning of spring.
Yeah. Kicking off right now.
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of stuff happening. So some of it we'll cover today. Some of it we'll save for a water break or a next episode. But yeah, it's a lot. I don't know. I'm trying to think what can I add here. I've just been watching MLS, so.
Damn. He's a soccer head. What can you say?
I know, that's why. long story short, I was doing research, and Danny's like, "Oh, which one are you gonna watch?" I'm like, "I already watched all of them."
Which
do
is
you
a
mean,
ridiculous
bro?
thing to say. He said it to me as if he was stating that the sky is blue. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a big NBA guy. I do not watch every game highlight. That's insane.
Oh no, yeah, some of them are
Who
pretty
got
long.
time for
Some of them
that?
are like 10,
That's what
12
I'm
minutes.
saying.
I don't watch. No offense, but I don't want to watch 10 or 12 minutes of players checking up, or I think I figured out. They're not checking up threes. They're setting up threes.
Relax.
No, sizing up threes. There we go. Everyone's sizing up
threes.
3-pointers
Who said sizing up
for
threes?
no reason. Everybody.
Whatever. I mean, the
Yeah.
game's changed. Deal with it or
Oh,
stop watching.
no, yeah.
You know what I mean? Ridiculous.
Oh no, yeah. That's why I don't watch them.
And there he is.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But anyways, we'll get to that later. Danny, are you ready to start the sports rambling?
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. As I mentioned in our little intro, we're going to go over MLS Week 1 and Week 2. So just to kind of summarize all of it, I'm going to go over the top 5 standings right off the bat. MLS standings top 5, Eastern Conference. In first place right now, we got the Philadelphia Union with 6 points. The Columbus Crew in second place with 6 points as well. Right behind them is Inter Miami with 4 points. Then we got Charlotte FC with 3. And then New York Red Bulls with 3 as well. In the Western Conference, we have San Jose in 6 points. With 6 points, after 2 victories. Convincing victories, by the way. Vancouver also has 6 points, coming in second. Right behind them is LAFC, 6 points. And then newly franchised, introduced team, San Diego FC, coming away with 4 points. And FC Dallas right behind them in 5th with 4 points as well. If you're wondering where are the usual suspects that are in the top of the brass of the MLS, starting out a little bit slow. Cincinnati, who's usually good, is in 8th. Nashville, who has been good for like a while, not doing so well. I'll get to them in a little bit later. In the Western Conference, Seattle starting out slow, Galaxy starting out slow. And yeah, that's what it's looking like so far. But to go over some of the results very quickly, as I mentioned, a few teams with 6 points. If you go back to 2 weeks ago now, LAFC opened up the season with a 1-0 victory over Minnesota. Atlanta came away with the victory over Montreal 3-2. Columbus, a convincing victory 4-2 over Chicago. DC and Toronto end 2-2. Cincinnati gets a 1-0 victory over New York 1-0. New York City and Miami end in a draw 2-2. Philadelphia starting out very strong, as I mentioned, with a 4-2 victory over Orlando. Austin beats Kansas 1-0. Dallas beats Houston 2-1. And then we got 2 goose eggs in this basket. Nashville and New England end 0-0. St. Louis, Colorado 0-0. San Jose, as I mentioned, convincing victories these past 2 weeks. 4-0 against Salt Lake. And then Seattle and Charlotte 2-2 on that Saturday. Sunday, we had Vancouver beating Portland 4-1. And then the first edition of Apple TV's MLS Season Pass opener, Sunday Night Soccer. In somewhat of a shocking twist, San Diego defeated the LA Galaxy, the reigning champs, 2-0 at home, ending their undefeated streak from last season. Moving on to this past weekend, Charlotte defeated Atlanta 2-0. Newly signed Wilfred Zaha scored his first goal in the 54th minute. Salt Lake bounced back and won their game against Seattle 2-0. Columbus wins 1-0 against New England. New York Red Bulls 2-0 against Nashville. Orlando also bounced back, winning their game 4-2. Philadelphia, like I said, they came out swinging. They defeated Philadelphia defeated Cincinnati 4-1. Chicago and DC ended tied 2-2. That was a scrap of a game, by the way. Minnesota defeat Montreal 1-0. San Jose get another convincing victory 2-1 over Kansas. Colorado and Dallas end 3-3. LAFC defeats New York City 1-0. Portland 1-0 over Austin. And then the Oh yeah, Saturday. My bad. San Diego hosted their first home game at Snapdragon Stadium against St. Louis. That game ended 0-0. And then for Sunday's docket, Vancouver defeated the Galaxy 2-1. And in this week's Sunday night soccer match of the night, Miami defeated Houston 4-1 convincingly. Danny, did you catch all that?
Yep. Every single score line memorized, chiseled in stone.
No, yeah. Danny, to my knowledge, you watched a highlight video of one of these games that we could go over very quickly.
Yes, sir. The very last game you mentioned. Inter
And,
Miami,
yeah.
Houston.
So what'd you think about that game, Danny?
It was crazy. Yeah, Inter Miami show the whole time. I feel like they had a Houston goal in between that they called offsides. Definitely offsides, but they're getting their ass beat. I think they should have just given it to them. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. But yeah, Luis Suarez and what was that other guy's name? Very hard to pronounce. Sounds like the city or the kingdom in Princess Diaries. You know what I'm talking about?
Talasco Segovia?
Yes, Sokovia.
You're a fool.
You know what I'm talking about? Doesn't it sound the same? Segovia,
You're talking
Sokovia.
about the Princess Diaries?
That's what I said. Princess Diaries. But
Not the deep cut,
yeah, I mean,
but I get you.
good game. Good game. Not if you're a Houston
yeah.
fan, but yeah, it's fun.
What Houston fans?
real.
They have fans.
Come on, it's a big city. Come on, they got some fans there.
Just to let you know, Danny, their stadium's usually empty, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah,
How big the
and
city
their
is?
stadium's in downtown.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Clippers. Come on. You know what I mean? Well, actually, Clippers Stadium's kind of filled up. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, anything else catch your eye about that game?
The ending, red card at the end.
After
A
the
little
game.
scuffle. Yeah, after the final whistle was blown. And I heard the announcer say that this is the second game that it's happened in since the MLS started this season.
Yes,
is that true,
I
bro?
mean, obviously they only played one game, but yeah, I can confirm that.
Wow, it's crazy. Like, unless it's egregious, like, why even do that?
I don't know. I think it's just because they're Miami. They have Messi. Oh, bitch. Did you even notice that part?
Oh, yeah, I already
yeah.
knew Messi was injured.
Oh, he's not injured, actually.
Wait, what? He's not injured anymore? What?
No, he just
He-
didn't
he-
go.
Oh, I thought he was injured since the end of the season.
Yes. Okay, so
Right.
catch you up to speed. He got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He came back, and then they got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. The end.
Right. Oh,
But
I thought
even-
it was a longer term injury.
Oh no. Yeah.
'Cause
Well, I
the
mean, he was
swelling
out
on
for
his
like
foot was crazy.
he was out for like at least a month.
Oh, my
But
bad.
last week, same thing. He was chirping at the ref. I think the ref was just doo-doo. He got a yellow card, and I think the New York City players were just yapping. The coaches were yapping, and I don't know what was said. No one can confirm what was said. But so remember, soccer is supposed to be a gentleman's sport, but not really.
Come on.
So they have strict rules to hands to the face or neck. So I guess he was talking to like an assistant coach from New York City,
Mhm.
and it wasn't like a friendly like pat on the back or like hand to the neck. So he put his hand on the back, like it didn't like he squeezed it, but just the fact that he touched it is grounds for like for not punishment, but for some sort of repercussion.
Yeah.
So he was fined an undisclosed amount from the MLS disciplinary committee. So yeah, that happened, and yeah, this week as well, and a second scuffle after the whistle. And yeah, in soccer, you can still get carded after the whistle if you don't get off the field. Basically, everything that happens on the field happens on the field. I think even the tunnel where the players come in
really,
and out,
the tunnel counts.
I believe so, because I mean, shit happens, you know.
I mean, it's not on the field yet.
Oh no, yeah, shit still goes down. I mean, even then, I mean, in leagues around the world, they still are allowed to, give you fines and suspensions. But I believe, yeah, the committees can still technically give you a card even after the fact if they find whatever you did was like egregious or whatever happens, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I mean, I think they count the tunnel because of this reason. From what you just said.
What do you
Like,
mean?
so
What I
if
just
shit
said?
does go down, you still get penalized.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. But I think that guy's red card. What's his name? Ian Frey. Cause I saw the replay. It didn't look like he touched his face. That was the reason why he got a red. Cause the other dude was like
Really?
pulling
No,
at him.
it
He's
just
like,
like-
"Dude, let go
Yeah,
of me."
it's just like a little shove.
Yeah, I don't know. It was dumb, in my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Sometimes this is quick. Sometimes it takes long. I don't know what. But yeah. I think the reason why Messi didn't play in this game was because they have a game this week in the Champions Cup, and they're going all the way to Jamaica.
Oh, okay. So he was arrested for travel for a bigger
Maybe,
game,
yeah.
bigger international game.
Or he just got pissed off at the ref. Or, I don't know. I think maybe he even got a 1-game suspension, low-key. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just speculating, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so a lot of the
Could've been.
Houston fans, or fans in quotations, showed up to this game because they thought Messi was going to play. And the thing is, too, a lot of places, when Messi comes to town, the prices go up. So people who are paying what's usually a $20 ticket are paying $200, $300.
Oh yeah, yeah. Remember when the first game that he was slated to play, the ticket
Yeah.
price, it went from $14 tickets to like $250. Insane.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because
Yeah.
what happened was, in the middle of the night, they stopped selling tickets, like around 12, 1 in the morning. And I think a few people who were just curious, looking online to buy tickets were like, hey, I can't buy tickets. And that was when people kind of figure like, oh, they're about to raise all the prices because they're gonna announce Messi soon. And yeah, that's what happened. So
That's
yeah, people.
crazy.
So Houston did put out a thing like, oh, like we're sorry, we can't control who they play, blah blah blah. But if you want, you can come get a free ticket for our next game.
Oh, wait.
So they made all that money just to lose money for the next one.
Yeah. I mean, they still make money. $200 divided by 2 is still $100 a ticket rather than the 20.
I guess. I mean, because they were talking about that on Football Americas on ESPN FC.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, well, there's concessions. I mean, who knows if these people are gonna come in and buy shit, like food.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, likely. Like, you're gonna buy one thing.
or if like they resell that ticket and someone else, uses it. I don't know. It just depends. But yeah, that's what happened. That was the dealio with that match.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything else to add about the game that you watched, Danny?
Not really. Oh, actually, yeah, I think it was the second goal where Inter Miami made a push up, ended up scoring the goal, but they kind of trampled over one of the Houston players. Like, literally, no, it wasn't an obvious trip up, but I was like, dude, I don't know, something's happening right here. So yeah, that was the only other thing I was gonna say. Like, if they're gonna have hand out cards, because there's a handful of yellow cards handed out. I think that might have been a yellow card time.
There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellow cards.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the red card at the end.
Yeah.
But moving on now, if that was all that you had. Yeah, I'm just gonna give a few reactions. As per usual, teams that weren't good last year are good this year, and teams good last year are doing bad. Yeah, like Vancouver, for example, they're on a hot start, 4-1 victory over Portland, 2-1 over the Galaxy, and very late in the game, by the way. Philly is rolling with their new head coach Bradley Carnell. The 4-2 win over Orlando, 4-1 over Cincy, who's no slouch. San Jose, who finished dead last in the Western Conference, semi new look, new head coach Bruce Arena. He's right now he's turned his ship around. Blowout win over Salt Lake at home. They went to Kansas City, get a 2-1 victory. They're not at the top of the West coming off a year. They are now at the top of the West coming off a year where they ended, like I said, dead last. I believe they might have been dead last overall in the league, which awarded officially would have awarded them the wooden spoon, by the way, Danny. The wooden spoon is awarded to the team. Yeah, is awarded to the supporters of the last place team overall, not just the conference, overall.
Oh, sound like a George Washington award. Yeah,
yeah,
but he got one teeth.
But yeah, so wooden spoon to San Jose. Who knows? Maybe they'll be supporter shields winners. But yeah, San Jose, they're rolling right now. Team's not looking so well. I mentioned Nashville earlier. They're not doing well. Honey Mukhtar, their star player from day one, he might not be able to carry them this far. Them being in this position right now is not a good look for them, in my opinion. For Nashville, their next game is against Portland, who hasn't doing so well either. So if they want to try to recuperate a little bit, this would be a good time to play Portland. FC Cincinnati, I have no idea where to start. They signed Evander for $12 million to get rid of Luciano Acosta, who allegedly wanted to leave and go back to Argentina. They dumped him at FC Dallas. Now we got to see what happened. They let go of their star number 10, and, they have their win, then a really bad loss to Philly. I don't know. I think we just have to wait for this team to mesh again, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Sporting Kansas City, they just cannot catch a break, including being knocked out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. That's that tournament that Inter Miami's in, by the way. Which, by the way, Inter Miami knocked them out of the tournament. SKC, after 2 games, has, two league losses, 3 overall. I think their coach, Peter Vermees, is on a very short leash. Or he should be on a short leash, because they have been bad for like a while now. And I feel like it's just pure luck that it is pure luck that they qualified through the Open Cup. That the Open Cup, if you're the winner, you automatically get into the tournament, right, Danny? The problem,
yeah.
They got lucky to get in because they played LAFC, who had already technically qualified to the tournament. They lost to LAFC in that game. Yeah, they lost to LAFC in that Open Cup game. But it didn't even matter if they won or lost, because they were going to go through, and they were probably like the weaker of the teams in this tournament. Which is crazy to say, because usually SKC teams are tough, but the past 2-3 years, they have not looked very well. And I think Peter Vermees is like in charge of everything, like coach, GM. Like, it's not working no more. I don't know why they have not pulled the trigger on this guy yet, but he should be on the hot seat. And of course, at the end, I have the reigning champs, the LA Galaxy. They can't get it going. The Chiefs have been roster stricken, and the injury bug has gone to effect here. They're currently tied for last in the West with Kansas City and Houston, by the way. Yeah, it didn't help that they had to get rid of Mark Delgado. They gave up Dejan Joveljic. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Ricky Puig is injured, of course. And then you hear Joseph Painso gets hurt. Then you got like 2-3 other people getting hurt. Yamane, I think he hurt his hamstring. They play Vancouver. Sanabria might have fractured his collarbone. It's not looking too good. So, yeah, we have to wait and see how they do in the next coming games, especially because they're going to play a Champions Cup this week as well. And then, Danny, I got some games to watch here this week. We got...
Give them to me, Rob.
Seattle versus LAFC. That game is at 1:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fox and MLS Season Pass. I think it's at 1:45 because Fox is going to have an intro, so they got to get their pregame in. And then we got New York City versus Orlando, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on MLS Season Pass. And then the Sunday night soccer matchup will be the LA Galaxy versus St. Louis City. That game will be on at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on MLS Season Pass. So yeah, that Seattle LAFC game should be good. It's a rematch of last year's, I guess, quarterfinal matchup in the Western Conference playoffs. I just picked New York City, Orlando because they initially came into the league at the same time back in like 2015, and I just wanted to pick a Eastern Conference game. And of course, we have to highlight the Sunday night game. St. Louis coming off the 0-0 draw with San Diego, and then the Galaxy out in Costa Rica as I speak right now. They need at least a draw. They need something. They need to show life. That's very important at this moment right now for the team. But that's everything that I have on our docket. Nothing too crazy right now, as it is the beginning of the season. Dan, do you have any questions, comments, concerns about the Major League Soccer right now?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll give my quick insight. I'm hoping for a good season. Like I said, every year is always going to be different. The league does and correct me my pronunciation. Parity. Which one is it? Parity. The league loves that. We have to, hope and pray that whoever's on your team, can glue and gel well. And yeah, I mean, just hope for the best that whatever happens in the league, no one gets hurt, and everything goes well, and everything just clicks in place. I think we will try to do this every other week. I'm not sure. We'll see how the MLS season goes. Wait, what?
Yeah, every other week is. You mean every other episode?
Yeah, every other week. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, every other week is every episode.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're right. Yeah. But we'll see. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, we're going to move on now. You ready, Danny?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next up on our docket, we got NBA after this All-Star break playoff push. Danny, it's starting to get a little crowded in the NBA standings.
Yep, it is.
A little too mushed up. But before we get into that a little bit, the Cleveland Cavaliers become the first team to 50 wins. On top of that, LeBron James has officially notched his 1,000th career win. And then before we get into the playoff push here, we got some NBA MVP candidates that were in action this past weekend. Some score lines and stats for you. Celtics 110 over the Nuggets 103 after dropping 46 points in Friday's loss to Cleveland. Jason Tatum, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Got help from Jaylen Brown, 22 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds to lead the Celtics past Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets in crunch time. And then we had the Thunder and Spurs, 146-132 in favor of the Thunder. Jalen Williams shot 15 of 24 from the field and 4 of 8 from deep on his way to a career-high 41 points, 6 boards, and 7 assists. While Gilgeous-Alexander added 31 points and 8 dimes to power OKC past San Antonio for its third win in a row. Then the third spotlight here, we have the Wolves over the Suns, 116-98. In a 2024 playoff rematch, Anthony Edwards outdueled his self-proclaimed greatest of all time, Kevin Durant, who had 26 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and also 2 blocks, draining 6 threes and 44 points and 3 assists as the Wolves outpaced the Suns for a timely win. Danny, are these the 3 leading contenders for the MVP at the moment?
It's tough to say because the MVP is really weighted, I think, quite heavily by if your team is currently winning. So that's to say Nikola Jokic is up there because Denver is now 3rd in the West. You've got to talk about Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland Cavaliers. Jason Tatum is certainly helping the Celtics win. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I would feel is right at the top of that list because he's doing a little bit of everything and is a prolific scorer. I think Edwards has been doing great this season. I don't think he has MVP status because of where the Timberwolves are sitting. They're sitting in 9th currently in the Western standings. So, I feel that those top 3 guys, Jason Tatum, perhaps Donovan Mitchell. I think Nikola Jokic is up there still, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai.
I would like to point
Tatum,
out this highlights
Jokic.
the Thunder one's highlighting at Mr. Alexander, not what's his face?
Yeah, Jalen Williams. Shout out Jalen Williams though. But Shai is gonna get the MVP nod.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out J-Dub. But yeah.
But from oh, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Yeah. All I was gonna say was those three are probably at the top of the MVP conversation right now. Shea, Jokic, and I will put Jason Tatum at third in that order.
Oh, okay. Also, I think the Celtics Nuggets one is highlighting Jason Tatum, by the way.
Okay.
So, officially, your three. Who's your top three in the MVP race right now?
I just gave it to you.
And no, can you say it again one more time? In no particular, can you give it to me in no particular order?
Oh, outside of these standings, well, Shea. Yeah, I'll put Shea, Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'll put Tatum in there. Whatever. Probably Giannis then Tatum actually.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, where are the Bucks at? The Bucks are fourth. Yeah, I'll give it to Giannis. Yeah. Well,
damn, Danny, you have very controversial takes on this MVP race. I would put
I'll put Giannis
Alexander
and then
number one.
I'll throw in Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. What the fuck? Dan, are you tripping?
What? They're number one in
Donovan.
the East. If you're saying Donovan Mitchell is not contributing to Cleveland Cavaliers winning number one in the East, you're crazy.
But I don't think he's better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I literally am giving it to you in order. I said Shea, Jokic, who the fuck did I say? Giannis, Jason Tatum, and then Donovan Mitchell. That's my top five.
Okay. I think what's baffling me is that you're putting them in the same conversation.
How dare you?
Hey, how dare you?
You don't even watch ball like that. Relax.
I know I don't know about like that, but I know a really good player when I see him.
We literally have the same number one.
I know, but I wouldn't put Donovan Mitchell anywhere near this guy.
In the top five? You're crazy. They're number one in the fucking East.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Anyways, so
number one
I like how we agree, but we still disagree on who actually deserves a chance.
It's crazy because literally our top three are exactly the same. Maybe not in the same order.
I mean, I like Anthony
crazy.
Edwards.
They're ninth.
I put him at number 2.
Whatever. You're putting Anthony Edwards number 2?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this guy does not know ball.
I don't know, man. When I turn my television on and I see Anthony Edwards,
He's
cooking
electric.
them
He's an electric player. I'm not saying he's not.
with jump shots and
But
difficult
we're
layups.
talking MVP performances.
Yeah.
We're talking. It's crazy. MVP and your team is still ninth. That's not an MVP. Most valuable player in the league, Rob.
I mean, Damian Lillard was a high MVP contender, and the Trailblazers were nowhere near playoffs a couple years ago. What the?
Stop being crazy.
Bro, all right. I mean, we can move on. We have a little bit more to talk about, but good talk. MVP. Main. I'm still baffled. Playoff push. If the battle for second place is crowded, then the race for the final playoff spot, the number 6 seed, is downright stacked and setting the stage for an epic regular season finish full of stars and contenders. With the contender chaos leading us through, led by the Clippers, seeds 6 through 10 in the West. Clippers, Golden State, Minnesota, the Kings, and the Mavericks are separated by just a half game. Yes, you heard me correctly. As of this recording, or maybe it's not even legible, but anymore. But half a game, or half game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to even think of that. Half game. How you separate by half game? Half a game, or just half a game?
Half a game, yeah. So
That's insane.
The other team just has to lose,
Bro, that's fucking insanity.
or you just have to win.
Yeah. In the Bay, getting a late boost, which includes Mr. Steph Curry and the Warriors. They have climbed from 10th to 7th since inserting Jimmy Butler into the lineup. I haven't even heard anything about Jimmy Butler the past month
Doing
that
fine.
he's been there. Is he doing good?
He's alright.
Yeah, I know. That's I'm like, wait, what's going on here? He should have been a baller. I was expecting him to get the Kevin Durant treatment, but I guess he's not Kevin Durant. That's the problem.
Doing fine.
The new look Kings are clicking in around ninth place, I should say. The Kings are on a 4-game win streak after beating the Mavs 122-98. And breaking news, dun 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 dun. That's the TMZ theme song, by the way. Kyrie Irving did, however, suffer a ACL tear, and he is done for the season, unfortunately. So, Danny, what is your reaction to this Kyrie Irving injury?
Yeah, it's one of many season-ending injuries and surgeries and whatnot that kind of riddle the league right now. As of this recording, I think there are 24 players across the league. Let me double check that. There's 23 players across the league that are out for the season, for based on injury or surgery. Yeah, and of those, Kyrie Irving being the most recent. Another recent one, Ayo Dosunmu, underwent season-ending surgery this past weekend as well. But yeah, Kyrie Irving, other notables, Herb Jones, Jalen Suggs, out for the rest of the season with surgery. Mo Wagner, Joel Embiid. We haven't talked about this, but yeah, he is out for the season as well as of February 28th. Yeah, there's just a handful of players. Yeah, Victor Wembanyama. Did we talk about this last time? Yeah, he's out for the season with blood clot in his right shoulder. Unfortunately, yeah. So
about that.
Yeah, just a lot of players out for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, due to surgery, health, injuries. Yeah, just the latest of the stars to fall to the injury bug. I hope Kyrie recovers quickly. He's in a very precarious spot because the Dallas Mavericks are in between stars right now. Anthony Davis still injured. And without Kyrie, like, it really puts a wrench in the works for their playoff expectations. So Anthony Davis is not expected to be playing until April 2nd. Without Kyrie Irving, I don't know how the Dallas Mavericks are going to tread water until he returns. They're sitting at the 10th position, as you said, Rob. So they can easily slip to the Phoenix Suns, who are only...
They're like 4 games behind.
Yeah, a handful of games behind.
Yeah, 4. Them and Portland are right behind them.
Yeah, it says 3.5 games.
Just to give a quick update on the standings, the Kings are currently in 8th, and yeah, Dallas are in 10th. Minnesota is at 9, and the Clippers are at 7th place right now.
Yeah, with the top teams in the West
down.
Being Golden State, Houston Rockets, Memphis Grizzlies, Denver Nuggets, LA Lakers at number 2, and Oklahoma City Thunder holding off convincingly the number spot in the West with 50 wins. In the East, we've got Cleveland Cavaliers, 50 wins to them as well. Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Milwaukee Bucks, Indiana Pacers, and Detroit Pistons running out the 6th spot. And then 7th through 10th are filled with Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, Atlanta Hawks, and Chicago Bulls, with the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers tied for 11th and 12th, but on the outside looking in to the play-in game. So yeah, it's been a very contentious league, especially in the
West.
Lakers
Lakers get to 2nd place?
6-win streak. It's the Luka magic, baby.
Man, I was like, damn, a couple weeks ago, they had that huge win over, I think it was the Jazz, and then literally the next week they got smashed by the Jazz. So you're telling me that these guys, since that day they lost to the Jazz, have been cooking people?
It's Luka magic. What can they say?
Bruh,
Yeah, they had a good win
that's
over the
insane.
Denver Nuggets, um, as
I
well.
saw that one.
Scattered in between there. So yeah, I think the coaching, JJ Redick's coaching, has a big thing to do with it as well. But yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
gravity of Luca out on the floor, allowing LeBron James to play a more relaxed game of basketball, whatever brand that he really wants to play. Um, yeah, old man ball, as some people would say.
Old man ball.
Yeah,
Stupid.
hey, he's 40.
I know he's 40, but I mean the style doesn't necessarily change. I mean he's still
I mean,
LeBron.
yeah, it does. It definitely should. He is
He's still
older.
gonna run the ball to
Oh
the
yeah. Oh, he's still dunking. He's catching lobs. He's throwing lobs. He's still
he's
a
gonna
runner
run
and
the ball
gunner.
to the rim, and then he's also sizing up threes.
Yeah, but
He don't need to do that, but sure, knock your socks off.
hey, that's what happens when you get older. You're less athletic. You run when you can. But Luca gives LeBron the opportunity to rest. Even when he's out there, he's still influenced on the ball. But if he wants to settle for a three, he can. And now it's more open. He does the same thing for other players. LeBron James still has a passing ability, so he's a threat in that way. So we'll see how the Lakers go. But yeah, sitting in a very contentious second place in the West. But we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, because I remember a couple weeks ago they were fighting for like fifth place. They were
Yeah,
in
I think
fourth
they were in
place, and then they
fifth the day of the trade.
yeah, and they were going up and down from like fifth to eighth, and it was like,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, not again. Now I literally looked it up. I mean, you could call me I don't know ball, but I literally looked this up and I was like, what? They're in second. How's that even possible?
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. That's just how
That's
contentious the
literally
West is.
shit. Like that was just bonkers.
Yeah, we've
But
been kind of tracking the standings, but the East is getting a little contentious, around fourth through sixth place. But yeah, it's been a strange league thus far.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, with those injuries, I expect Dallas to fall. Um, Chicago was not going to be up there anyway, but I expect them to fall as well. So we will see. I think the Lakers are going to hold that position. Maybe not second; they might slip to third, but they're definitely going to win home court advantage in the playoffs. For at least one round. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But Rob, do you have any things to discuss around the NBA?
Yeah, I mean we got one more headline. A sprint for the last couple of superstars at the bottom who we've kind of already talked about a little bit. We got Mr. Ant-Man with the Wolves. They are currently sitting in ninth. While KD, Book, and the Suns are currently where you fools at?
They're in the 11th.
Dumped to the unofficial 11th spot.
Unofficial? What do you mean official?
Well, it doesn't. Well, I'm looking at on ESPN. It says 10, and it's everybody else. Like there's no.
Oh, just go on the NBA one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I'm on
they're only
ESPN.
showing
So.
people in contention for playoff with the play in.
No, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Phoenix are in 11th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, half a game ahead of the Portland Trailblazers.
No, yeah, and then that's it. And then yeah, behind them, yeah, Blazers and Spurs. But that's it. And then we do have some games to look out for. New York LA clash coming up very soon. Before that, they will be facing the Celtics on Saturday's ABC Showdown, and the Lakers will host the Knicks on Thursday. Uh, Thursday 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can catch the game on TNT. Danny, what can you tell me about this matchup between the Lakers and the Knicks?
Lakers and Knicks is going to be interesting because the Knicks are a very run and gun team. Even with Cat in and out of the lineup. Is you know what? Let me see if Cat's injured right now. I don't think he is. But yeah, it's going to be a good test because the Knicks top of the standings in yeah, he's out until March 6th. So he may be back for that game. But we will see how the Lakers do against another team that they will find a good test, I feel, as a team with a similar play style to what they want to be, which is running gun, hitting threes, um, still driving and kicking, minus the Lakers having a center similar to Karl Anthony Towns. So we'll see if there's a big difference there. But it's definitely a good test for a playoff contending team.
I mean, the last time they played was the day of the trade, by the way, in which the Lakers won 128 to 112, and they were in New York as well. And next up, very quickly, we got a marquee week for the Memphis Grizzlies. They host the Oklahoma City Thunder. As of this recording, they will play on Wednesday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time on ESPN, and travel to Dallas to play the Mavericks on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on ESPN. What do you think will happen to the Grizzlies facing the Thunder and the Mavericks this week?
They will lose against the Thunder and win against Dallas. Come on, Rob. Give me a hard question.
Bro, well, I mean, it's a double whammy. They gotta play two crucial opponents. Someone in the top and someone right next to them in the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder are a very difficult team to beat right now, and Dallas, with their injuries, I don't see them winning many games.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Let me see. I mean, do you have anything else to add in regards to the NBA, Danny?
I don't think so. It would be really very interesting to see how teams handle the offseason. Teams like the Lakers who are doing well this season but feel that they might be missing a piece in like a center.
Yeah, they need a center. I mean, that guy that they have is pretty good, but I mean, I don't know how much star power he could really bring. Yeah, Jackson Hayes. I mean, personally, from the highlights I've seen,
he's great.
They're making him look like $1 million out there. Just keep making him look good.
He's the type of center that exactly. He's the type of center you want. Catch a lob, go up, still make blocks. But I think they still need a traditional kind of center who will stand there and just be a tree underneath. So if they're able to pick up something like that, then I think that it'll be great to have a backup center or have that person be the mainstay and then Jackson Hayes come in for offense. That'd be great.
No, yeah. But yeah, that's all I got. If you have nothing else to add, you want to move on?
It's at the warm-up.
I bet. In the warm-up this week, a lot of stuff is happening this month. We have the NWSL, March Madness, and the MLB. They're all ready to start, are loaded up and ready to go. Beginning first with the National Women's Soccer League. They will have their Challenge Cup as an unofficial wrap to the preseason, leading into the regular season. So the 2025 edition of the NWSL Challenge Cup will be Friday, March 7th. It will be against the Orlando Pride, who won the Supporters Shield, against the Washington Spirit, who won the NWSL Championship in the playoffs. The game will be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Prime Video. Just to give a quick description. Dan, do you know what the NWSL Challenge Cup is?
I have no clue, Rob. Please enlighten me.
Oh, of course, Danny. The NWSL Challenge Cup is an annual Super Cup competition organized by the league as a single preseason match between the winners of the previous season's NWSL Shield and the NWSL Championship. This was like this was the tournament that they used to run, or that they ran during COVID. So it wasn't like the season. They were just like, we'll have like a little tournament for everybody to play. So that was where this came from. And in the past couple of years, it's like, all right, we'll be like a small in-season, kind of like the NBA. Like they had an in-season tournament. And then I think over the past like year or two, they're like, all right, we're not going to do that no more. It's just going to be like a kind of like a traditional European style cup where like one team plays another team. And also I was looking this up. if it happens to be the same team that wins the Shield and the championship, they'll just have a rematch of like the previous year, basically.
Cool.
But controversial point from Robert. I think when COVID happened and they still had this like tournament idea or this extra game to play, they were just trying to convince people more games is better because they wanted to make more money, which is what happened in a lot of other sports recently.
Yeah.
Like the NBA, the MLS.
I mean,
the NFL's trying to do it too.
If the money makes sense, the money talks.
I know, but now we're getting not so good athletics. Because everyone is tired. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
it's more of a strain.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Next topic. Staying in the soccer realm with the NWSL. Then after the Challenge Cup, we will have the NWSL 2025 regular season starting, which begins Friday, March 14th. I got some games down here. Why didn't I write more from the weekend games? I don't know why I didn't do that. But yeah, so the NWSL regular season starts on Friday, March 14th, 2025, with the Houston Dash playing the reigning champs Washington Spirit at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can catch the game on NWSL Plus. And also at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Shield winners, Orlando Pride, will take on Chicago Stars FC, newly branded. Not a good rebrand. The game will be on Prime Video. And yeah, the weekend has a slew of games. We have Kansas City versus Portland. Then we have Louisville versus North Carolina. Then we got Utah versus Bay City. Then Seattle versus New Jersey, New York. Then to wrap up the weekend, opening weekend's games, we have Angel City versus the San Diego Wave. That game will be at 3:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Catch the game on ESPN2, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus if you happen to have the app for that. Danny, any questions about the NWSL season?
No, sir.
All right, and then also in March, we gotta get a little crazy. Do you know what I'm talking about, Danny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, deranged, some may say.
Some insane in the membrane. No copyright. College basketball March Madness. Selection Sunday will be Sunday, March 16, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TBS. Maybe Channel 2, CBS, I'm not sure. But yeah, TBS. Yeah, it should be a good time. Last year, me and Danny, we did our bracket live, in quotations, on the show. And yeah, I mean, it was a good time. For our sake, since we don't cover a lot of college basketball in general, we do this for fun because that's just kind of a fun thing to do. We will only be doing our bracket for the men's tournament. No offense to the women who are equally competitive and athletic.
Oh yeah, dude, they're popping off right now. Have you seen some of them highlights?
Oh no, yeah, dude, USC's killing it right now.
Yeah,
Juju Watkins, bro, all day.
Dude,
we were doing the men's tournament bracket, and they will begin play on Wednesday, March 19 with the first 4. And after that, the first round will commence on Friday, March 21st. So, most likely, our next episode will be us doing our bracket as well. Hopefully, Danny this time will commit and do his punishment for losing last time.
I'm out. Relax.
But we shall see. We will talk about this later. We got to do it again. We got to run it back.
Yeah, we do.
Come on. You still owe me a shot, bro.
Okay.
Nah,
So that's crazy because I bought you a drink when we were at the bar. That is crazy.
I know, I was about to say. But it wasn't recorded, so if no pics, it didn't happen.
Okay, well, you just admitted it on recording. So
I know.
there it is.
Almost a year later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Danny, are you looking forward to this year's March Madness?
Yeah, we'll see. Like the parody in the excuse me, brain fart, in college basketball, just college in general has been really crazy. So we'll see if the top teams have it still. If not, well, we'll have to see. I might be picking a Cinderella story this year.
I could show you. We could do the rankings really quick. I'm just waiting. Here we go. Auburn number 1. Well, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but Auburn number 1, Duke at number 2, Houston. Damn. Well, I haven't looked at. This is the first time I see this. Houston number 3, Tennessee at 4, Florida at 5. Is this St. John's? Damn, I haven't seen these fools in a while. St. John's, Alabama, and yeah, and so on. And in the women's, just to let y'all know, I did see USC that they're killing them. Texas at number 1, USC at 2. That's the highest ranking they've ever had in their history with women's basketball. UConn at UConn at number 3, UCLA at 4, South Carolina at 6, Notre Dame, North Carolina State, yeah, and TCU at 8. But yeah, it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to doing another bracket. Who knows? Maybe I'll win $1,000. I don't know what the pool will be. It should be 10,000, whatever the hell the pool's gonna be.
Like $1 million something.
I hope so. We'll see.
You have a perfect bracket.
Yeah, I know there's a little bit of money if you make it far, but it's still very slim. But yeah, you're down to do what we did last year?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, bet. And then lastly, in the big leagues, Major League Baseball, opening day, MLB World Tour Tokyo Series. The Dodgers will be facing the Cubs Tuesday, March 18th, 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You heard me correctly, 3 a.m.
Yep.
On my side of the world. So 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock Eastern on Fox. And then Tuesday, March 19th, they'll play a second game. And that game will be at 3 a.m. as well, but be on Fox Sports 1. So that should be fun. And then the league-wide opening day will be Thursday, March 27th. But Danny, I know we've kind of talked about it a while ago, but are you excited for opening day?
Yeah. I think unfortunately, Shohei will not be pitching in his home country, but it should be exciting. Got other two Japanese players being able to play in their new Dodger jerseys in their home country. But yeah, it should be really cool. Excited for Dodger baseball, for MLB to be back on. We'll see. We'll see if they close out again this year. It should be amazing either way. But yeah, bro, excited.
All right, I'm gonna go over some of the other games on opening day. We got Tigers versus the Dodgers. That would be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on ESPN. At 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we got Brewers versus the Yankees on ESPN as well. Let me see what are interesting matchups we got here. Cubs versus Diamondbacks, Athletics versus Mariners, Mets versus Astros, Angels versus White Sox, and Phillies Nationals. That should be a good game. But yeah, should be a good time. Dan, do you have anything else to add in regards to anything that we featured in today's warm-up section of the show today?
No, sir. I mean, it was kind of a mini rundown, but I'm ready for the full rundown.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. We were struggling to find a good topic. We were like, well, we have a lot in the rundown. We could talk about a little bit what our plans are, what we're thinking about with these. I mean, this is literally just March. These three things are just March, which is insane. And this is not even all of it. There was like 2 that I had to omit because I was like, we'll talk about it later. Like, we'll throw it in a water break. Like, what?
Like, a lot of things going on.
If I show you guys we could talk about this. Like, if I show you guys my planner, wait, give me a second, hold on. Like, my planner is literally full. Like, if I could show you guys, like, my whole thing is just like, I've never ran a thing like this before.
Yo,
like,
you gotta put a picture in the IG.
Oh, for sure. Like, it's just full, and you guys gonna see my crappy writing too.
Yeah, yo.
Like almost every day there's something.
Y'all made it this far, check out the Instagram and you'll see Robert's chicken scratch for the month of March.
No, yeah, I'll just overlay the post and just put this picture over it. Like when we went fishing. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Ah, shit, dude. But yeah, I'm looking at April and there's like nothing.
Damn.
I mean, there's stuff, but it's like not even like February. There's like it's not even comparable, which is insane. But yeah, a lot of stuff in March. NWSL, March Madness, MLB. Got the United Football League also starting, which I said we'll save for later. But yeah. Dan, you have anything else to add, or can we move on here?
Let's hit the rundown.
Alrighty, bet. In this week's rundown, luckily it's a little bit shorter, we got some NASCAR news. They went out to Texas, where Christopher Bell won the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix from Circuit of the Americas in Texas to win back-to-back races. The next race will be Sunday, March 9th, 2025 from Avondale, Arizona for the Shiners Children's 500 at Phoenix Raceway. You know about Phoenix, right, Danny?
Mm-hmm.
Coverage of the race begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the coverage will be on Fox. That should be a good race. I feel like NASCAR is starting to get their what's the saying? Their sailing ship legs back. Like, it's starting to become a little cool again, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Because I'm like, I know there was a couple of years it was like, like, what's up with this? But I think it's starting to get its mojo back. It's starting to get its swagger back. But yeah, a lot of good racing. People are competitive, and yeah, should be a good show. Quick show result.
Wait,
overview.
shout out Christopher Bell won the last 2 cups, because he also won the Amber Health, which I did in the water break.
Oh,
So
the
shout out.
race, yeah.
Shout out to him.
Back-to-back race winner. I did see the like last like couple miles. Your boy, he beat out your boy William Byron. He was on his ass, bro.
BBB, big hat boy.
Like, they came off the last like turn, and I think if William Byron wouldn't have lost a little bit of traction on that last turn, I think he could have got him. I don't know, that's just my opinion. But I could tell one of them had traction and the other one didn't. So, and the one with traction won the race. But yeah, shout out to Christopher Bell getting back-to-back wins.
Shout out.
Next up, we have the She Believes Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So to focus on the women's team real quick, the U.S. women's team, they defeated Colombia 2-0. They defeated Australia 2-1. And this is where it all coming down. Japan defeated the U.S. 2-1 in good fashion. Yeah, Japan beating the U.S. women's national team 2-1 to win the She Believes Cup, marking the first loss under new head coach Emma Hayes in her era. Ali Sotner scored for the U.S. in the 14th minute, by the way. And just as an update, the U.S. women's national team will play a couple of friendlies this year. They will play Brazil at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. They will play 2 games, actually. The first will be at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TNT Max and Peacock. And the second game will be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TNT I made a mistake. The first game is at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. The second game will be played in San Jose at PayPal Park against Brazil as well. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TNT. And then recently announced as well, as of this recording this week, the U.S. women's national team will face China PR on May 31st at Allianz Field in St. Paul, Minnesota, and on June 3rd at Energizer Park in St. Louis. Date and times right here. So Saturday, May 31st, start time will be 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then Tuesday, June 3rd, and the game will start at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe these games will be televised on TNT as well. I couldn't find any other information at the moment, as it was just recently announced as well. Next up, some more soccer news. UEFA Champions League round of 16 has commenced as of this recording, we just had some games played today, which were very competitive. Oh, some of them were, some of them weren't. Aston Villa defeated Club Brugge 3-1. Dortmund and Lille tied 1-1 in their first leg. And in the Madrid derby, Real Madrid scathed out Atletico Madrid 2-1 at the Estadio Bernabeu. And then PSV got destroyed by Arsenal 7-1. That game might be done and dusted going into the second leg. And then, Wednesday, March 5th, we got Feyenoord versus Inter Milan, Benfica versus Barcelona, Bayern Munich versus Bayern Leverkusen, and then PSG versus Liverpool. And then the second legs will commence next week as well. So Tuesday, March 11th, we'll have the second legs, and Wednesday, March 12th, we will also have the second legs. March 11th is Barcelona Benfica, Leverkusen versus Bayern, Inter Milan versus Feyenoord, and Liverpool versus PSG. And then Wednesday, March 12th, we have Lille versus Dortmund, Aston Villa versus Club Brugge, Atletico Madrid hosts Real Madrid, and Arsenal hosts PSV. Those should all be good games, except for PSV Arsenal. That should be a done and dusted game. But looking forward to those matchups. And then let me see, just to be concise, the quarterfinals will begin April 8th, if I have it here correctly. Going into the semis, April 29th and May 6th. And then the final will be May 31st. So, it's coming down to the wire in the UEFA Champions League. Some more champions. We have the CONCACAF Champions Cup, round of 16 as well. This will run from March 4th to the 13th. First leg start this week as of this recording, and will conclude the following week. So just checking on the MLS clubs, we have Tuesday, March 4th, Cincinnati versus Tigres as of this recording. And then we have LAFC versus Columbus. That should be a good game. I believe they're about to start very soon. Look up the score lines of these two games when you can. And then March 5th, Wednesday, LA Galaxy travel to Costa Rica to face Herediano, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fox. I believe FS2, or just look at Fox Sports and you should be able to find it. Seattle versus Cruz Azul, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via Fox Sports as well, probably most likely FS2 or FS1. Then Vancouver versus Monterrey, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fox Sports as well. And then Thursday, March 6th, Inter Miami travels to Jamaica to face the Caribbean Cup winners, Cavalier SC, at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fox Sports 2. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff happening in March, including CONCACAF Nations League semifinals and final. The semifinal and the final will take place in Los Angeles from SoFi Stadium. That's what I was thinking of earlier, by the way. So on March 20th, we will have the semifinals between USA versus Panama at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and in Canada and Mexico at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. No luck on finding where these games will be televised, unfortunately, but most likely on TNT or Fox, one of those two. And then the CNL final will take place Sunday, March 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There will also be a third place match right before that, but who really cares about third place match, right, Danny?
Real. Too real.
So, yeah. And now, finally, we got some bonus news. Bonus. Hall of Fame Cowboys head coach Jimmy Johnson retires from Fox NFL coverage. He's been there since its inception of the NFL being covered on Fox. Dan, you know who I'm talking about, right?
No, sir.
If you look him up, you'll be like, oh, it's that guy. Jimmy Johnson, he has a very nice comb over, pretty old, but he's been on there for like I said, forever. He's officially calling it quits. I believe I saw he is 81 years old. You know what's funny? When we went to our Super Bowl party, I think the homie Quang or Alex asked me, who's the guy with the comb over?
Oh,
And I was like,
right.
and I explained to him, like, yeah, Jimmy Johnson, he used to coach the Cowboys. Like, he's the reason why people are in love with the Cowboys.
Damn.
It's all his fault.
It's all his fault. They get disappointed every single year.
Yes, because they were so good at that time period when he was at the helm. And after he left, they kind of just went downhill from there. But yeah, like, he's very well respected. I believe, yeah, Hall of Fame. I remember when they did his video, Troy Aikman was watching. Everyone was crying. Like, it was a total surprise. They did it live on television, by the way. So, yeah, congratulations.
It was the AI one. Right?
No, it was... Wait, what happened?
Wasn't it the AI video?
AI video? What the fuck?
Oh, wait. No, you're talking about for the Super Bowl.
No.
Didn't he have an AI video?
What are you talking about?
Take it back. Forget it. Forget I said anything. Cut it out. That's kidding.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it.
But yeah, congratulations to him and his retirement.
Congrats. Shout out, Jimmy Johnson.
And then more bonus news. WWE Elimination Chamber. John Cena wins his right to go to WrestleMania to wrestle Cody Rhodes, but in dramatic fashion, and for strange reason, Travis Scott came out at the end of the match, and then The Rock came out. Okay, he's the final boss. And then I guess there was a deal. I don't know. I haven't been following too closely, but here's the shocking part, Danny. I know you probably haven't seen it. Well, I probably sent it. No, yeah, I did send it. So The Rock comes out. I guess he told Cody Rhodes, "Hey, be my bitch boy, and I'll take you places." And then Cody Rhodes, and I kid you not, Danny, and I think this is the new era of WWE because they're on, exclusive. I guess they're not calling it pay-per-views, but I guess media event or whatever. Like, they're in control of everything. And since they're on Netflix now, and you can do whatever on Netflix almost, Cody Rhodes told The Rock, "Go fuck yourself." Literally.
Yeah.
And then John Cena gave Cody Rhodes a hug.
That's crazy.
Cody Rhodes had his back turned to The Rock, and John Cena and The Rock locked eyes. And remember, John Cena is a very good performer.
Yeah.
You can see the John Cena smile disappear as he's hugging Cody Rhodes over his shoulder, and The Rock basically does like the Undertaker like throat slash with his fingers.
Yeah.
And you see that smile from John Cena disappear, and they unembrace, and then John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the nuts.
That's
confirming his villain heel turn arc.
Here it is.
And they aired the whole segment on YouTube. That shit's just fucking bonkers.
That's so
considering funny. Okay, I want to bring this up because in 2011, people, like a lot of fans, were begging John Cena to become a heel because they're like, there's no point of you being a good guy here right now.
Yeah.
And he deadass went on Monday Night Raw and was like, everyone wants me to do a heel turn. And he put his heel on the mat and he started turning it.
So stupid.
This was like 2011, 2012, Danny. That's what drives me crazy. I'm like, bro, people have been asking this for like a long time, and he finally, I don't know. I mean,
it's time. It's time for a character change. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is his last year anyway, so might as well.
Might as well. Go out with a bang.
That shit was good. Yeah, go out with a bang. That shit was funny. Oh, fuck. But, yeah, that's it. You got anything else, Danny?
We pretty much covered, gosh darn, everything in the damn sports world.
And there's like stuff I omitted too, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean, next time maybe we talk about women's college basketball, because that should be popping up.
Alright, bet. Shout out Juju Watkins.
Shout out.
But yeah, I'm going to the outro now. Thank you for listening to Rambling Runoff. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, or Apple Podcasts, please give us a follow. If you want to hear more from us on social media, hit us up on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Rambling Runoff. Hit us up on Instagram at Rambling Runoff. Also, we post on TikTok all the time now, so hit us up there. And if you would like to see a lot more from us, hit us up on Instagram Threads, also Blue Sky, which is mostly me. But yeah, I've been your host, Robert Rios, for my Robert Rios. What the fuck I said Robert Roast. I've been your host, Robert
Messing up his
Rios.
own name.
For my
Crazy.
co-host, Danny 10. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.